Hi everyone, I wanted to take you on a tour of my mostly DIY done daytimer Malibu. It's pretty much the equivalent of a Filofax A5, so this is the size. I opted for this, if you saw in my last video, because I really like that the pages are 8.5 by 5.5 so that I can do all my own inserts without any kind of funkiness or cutting down. It's always just one cut down the middle. So let's start. And this one is leather and it's a really good price. I want to mention that you can get it for normally like 30% off or so, so maybe it was like $40, and I thought that was great, and it's lasted really kind of a long time and held up really well. So without further ado, this is just my little tassel. I got it on a coin purse from ASOS and I just took it off and sometimes have it on here, especially for a fancy recording day. Next, we have some of the typical stuff. Over here, I have a pen. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. A pen and a pencil from Target and the dollar spot. Fair warning, this one I thought was going to write the color of the pen, but it's actually really neon. It's good, but it's cuter on the outside than it actually works. And then mechanical pencil, which is great. In my side pockets, I have just the Post-it graph paper. These are my absolute favorite. And then some Martha Stewart dewdrops. Oh, I didn't even know this was in here. A postcard of mine that I guess I had hole punched and put in at one time. A few market dots. Mostly I use the green ones for paying bills. Another one of my cards. You'll see a lot of my cards through here. I mentioned in my last video, if you happen to see it, that I make stamps for a living. But even more than stamps, I do a lot of pattern design and sell my artwork for a living. So for me, the fun of decorating the Filofaxes and the agendas really comes from designing my own inserts, even more than kind of the washi tape and the stamping. I love that, but I'm kind of getting to know myself and the inserts and how I set up my Filofax, and it seems to be that that's the part that I like most, and that's really what I'm going to be sharing today. These are other little just tiny market dots. They're a little glossy, so it's hard to write on unless you have like an American Craft Slick Writer or a Sharpie, but I like them just for decoration. I think that is everything. Over here I have some of the little, just the Target do not forget sticky notes, and then some dollar store sticky notes. I have the little page flags that I think we all hoard and collect from Target because they're pretty great. I wish they stuck a little better. If anyone from Target is ever watching this, they are magical and wonderful. They just need to stick better. I don't think anyone from Target would ever be watching this, but that's my 2 cents. Over here we have what looks like a flyleaf, but it's actually an Avery pocket, and I really like that so that I can keep coupons or receipts or things I need to organize either in the Filofax or actually file away for business or for personal stuff, mostly receipts, in this pocket. Right now I have attached the full adhesive Post-it notes, which do stick wonderfully, and I couldn't be more in love with right there. The other thing right here you'll see if I can take it out, no, I don't think I'm going to, is it's this little gold embossed "You're Cute" little, it's like a business card. And they are from, I have the box around here because I thought someone would want to know. I don't see it, but it's from an artist, I believe, Ashron. It's A-S-H-R-A-H-N, if I'm correct. And I got these for my boyfriend the Valentine's Day before last. So Valentine's Day of 2013. And they were like in a set of 20 or 24. And so I keep them around, and once in a while I'll fill out a reason like why you're cute on the back. And I just think they're great, and he does a lot of good stuff. So you should check that out. Next, we kind of get to the start of my inserts. And so the first thing I have here is a dashboard or a flyleaf, whatever your preference is to call it. And whoop, it's hole punched and perforated, so I can just stick it back in. I don't have anything stuck on there right now. And I just bought a pack of transparency paper from the office supply store, or actually I probably ordered it from Amazon. I think it's 3M transparency paper. You know, it's not overly thick like a Hambly overlay, but it's a good thickness. And what I did is I just stuck it through a cheapy Brother laser printer that I have, and I just put a little random dot of polka dots and used it. You could put anything. This is what I put. I haven't tested it in an inkjet printer because I thought a laser printer would work better. But to be totally honest, I think the inkjet would work too. So if you want to make your own little custom dashboards, it's a great idea. Another thing is sometimes I actually just type on them on the computer and print them out, like with my password hints or something like that. So it's more durable than a piece of paper because it's plastic, but still really thin, and I can keep it in there. And I don't have that in this right now. I took it out for the video, but that's been really convenient for password stuff. On to the first page. So if you happen to catch my last video, which was my first video, I talked about that I made some, so I'm going to zoom in just a little, some custom inserts. And there's two options. There is a week on 2 page with circles, and there's a week on 2 pages with hearts. I've opted to use the circle. I have on Instagram, and I guess that's pretty much it. Instagram showed kind of a more decorated page, or in the video I showed a more decorated page. But when push comes to shove, I tend to keep it a little more simple. I sometimes I'm in the mood to decorate, but a lot of times it's more like this. So the pages, let me see if I have any blank ones in here. Blank. I don't think I have any blank, but it's just the circle and the lines and the week on 2 pages, like so. And then I have stamped in the date with a Studio Calico date stamp just every day of the week. And then I have also stamped the date at the top, so you can see like March 2014, March 2014. Right here I have a little Project Life insert card to write things down. These are my favorite. I'm gonna adjust this just a little so that hopefully you can get a better view. These are my favorite page dividers. They're by Franklin-Covey, and I like that they are both clear so that you can always see through your pages, and that they have this little additional pocket, so they're really great for sticking post-it notes. So I tend to keep 3 of those in my planner at any one time. I keep one on the week on 2 pages, the month on 2 pages, and then the daily to-dos. Next, we have just some more pages that aren't filled out. These are my patterns that I've made just to be like little Project Life cards, so that I can put notes and little to-dos for the week when it isn't specifically needs to be done on a typical day like most of us do. So here's, I'm gonna go a little quicker just because I want to keep this under 15 minutes. Here's another one. With this, if you want these pages, you can absolutely download them. The link is in the last video, and I'll try and put it on this video as well. Comes to the first divider. I made some dividers. I normally use just the typical Martha Stewart for Avery ones, but I just felt like having pink ones to be a little more monochromatic, so I normally use these and I'll probably put them back in. But I just had some cardstock laying around, so I made these. I messed up, so I'm kind of missing 2 of them, but that's fine because I like this to be a bigger chunk anyway. This is the only insert I haven't made that's in here. It's just, well, I made this, but the month on 2 pages, I'm gonna make them for myself. Right now I'm using a cheapy one by Mead, but I actually love it because they're really, really simple. So we have the standard month on 2 pages, circles for when, you know, the little stickers when I need to pay bills, and then there's also another one of these Franklin-Covey page dividers. So that's typical, nothing surprising there. I need to actually put some more planning in here for future weeks. Okay, next section. The bulk of my Filofax is really about the daily to-dos. On the week on 2 pages, I put things that are important for me to remember that happened, such as a due date or a project was due. I both need to know that now, and when I look back through the Filofax, I'd like to see when that happened. And same with and then the month on 2 pages is really more about upcoming appointments, general due dates, things like that. Someone best described it as it's kind of keeps narrowing in scope, and that the month on 2 pages is the bird's eye view. The week on 2 pages is a little more detailed. And then for me, really, the daily to-do lists are kind of the end-all be-all of my binder. That's what I use mostly. So we have another flyleaf that I made. It's just another one of those pieces. This to show you can stick tabs. And then I have a to-do list. This is one of the inserts I made. These aren't available yet for download, but some of them might be. So the reason, and some people need lines, and sometimes I do too. I have very bad handwriting, so I just kind of roll with it and accept it. The reason this has 3 sections is because on the next page you'll see that there's actually, it can be divided into morning, afternoon, evening of those sections of when you need those tasks done. So you can use it just like a daily to-do list, or you can use it for that divided. And then I have a few more of my little pattern self-made project life cards section of this with a little target clip. Next section. The next section I'm kind of excited about, and I hope people like this idea. It's that I see so many journals that people have pages of quotes they love, quotes they want to revisit and look at. I love quotes too, and I think it's so telling about the person who's talking about the quotes, because you can really see what they're struggling with or what they're inspired by. It tells a lot about the person, you know, who is sharing the quote, and I'm sure mine will too. The reason I don't have a quote page is because I don't really need to reference it, and I keep it on Pinterest, so I wanted it a little more interactive, a way to use the quotes daily. So I made, you probably won't be able to see, but there's a small grid on here in case you do need line, and I put some of my favorite quotes on some daily to-do lists. So this is, remember why you started, you know the truth by the way it feels, nothing changes if nothing changes, you are what you do, not what you say you'll do, don't believe everything you think. I'm very guilty sometimes. Oops, sorry guys, that actually cut off. I believe I was in the middle of talking about don't believe everything you think, and that I need to remind myself that every negative self-thought you have isn't always the truth. And so I think that's an important quote, especially for young women or not so young women, and you know, really just everyone. So that's one of my favorites. Another one, and this is the part where you find out who you are. Thank you for not being easily satisfied. Oops. It never gets easier, you just get better. And then they kind of start over. So I'll reuse them. I enjoy the quotes. I don't mind seeing them again and or again. And really, I just had these because I was testing different colors, but ultimately I really like the gray. My memory card died, so I got a chance to watch the first little bit of the video. And first I have to apologize that my desk is so messy in terms of like has paint and things everywhere on it, but kind of everything I own does, because I'm either drawing or painting or drinking coffee on a surface. So it's never probably going to be the beautiful white surface I would like to be displaying this on, but we'll deal with it. And also things are skewing really orange, but most things in here are pretty pink. So the next section that I have is a little, well, this is just a little picture that I just printed out on normal paper and made to look like a Polaroid of my boyfriend from helping me with balloons from a baby shower that we hosted last week. But this section is kind of my week on one page. I'm still sort of trying out this section. I made inserts that they just look like this. So there's 7 lines. You can use it as a list, or in my case, so far I've stamped a few weeks out of a week on one page. And since most of, and it's with the same Studio Calico stamp, with most of my stuff that I include in my Filofax, it's really kind of work focused, and I wanted a chance to say, hey, you know, I'm making these things pretty, I'm making them to possibly file away and look back again, and I'd like some things in there that are sort of journaling, even though I don't have a journaling section, that contain 1 or 2 sentences about every day. So I'm trying that out and remember I told you how bad my handwriting is? This is honestly what it looks like. So I'm gonna try out having kind of like 1 picture, 2 pictures from the week, just printed off from Instagram, and just a sentence or 2 about something that wasn't work related that happened, whether it was going to brunch, whether it was, you know, having a really good workout, whatever. So that's here. I put this obviously, you know, shouldn't really be here. It should be on another page because it, you know, this is a week that's empty and hasn't happened yet. But this was just a little mug, a little mid-century mug that I found at the thrift store that was pink and brown, and I was really excited about it. So I printed that picture out. So those are those few weeks. This is another one, just examples. I had to buy a bunch of gouache that I love, but it's so pricey, and for a new project that I'm working on. So I kind of took a picture of the bag, and just so I could remember this amount of gouache cost this much, and it was just so pretty with so many pretty colors, and so I just kind of wanted to snap a picture and remember that. On to the next section. So the next section, these are inserts. Some of these I will make available. When I say available, right now it would be free, you know, download. I'm not looking to charge anyone. I'm just hoping to make everyone as excited about this. One of the inserts I was working on is another today to-do list. Surprise, surprise, because like I said, that's kind of the biggest part of my Filofax for me. So this is a little heart to-do page. I'm trying to focus, but probably I'm really just making it more shaky. Oop, sorry. One more time, guys. There we go. So it's probably easier to do this. So this one I'm really happy with, and I'm excited. I'll probably write in the heart. I might write around the heart. I like kind of having a few different areas to write things down. So I have a few of those printed out right now, but I went through a few versions. And what I do is, obviously this is just printed out, just like my other inserts, where there's 2 of these per 8.5 by 11 page. I cut it in half. Before I cut it in half, I flip it over, turn it back in the printer, so everything can be double-sided. So there was this. I also have this version that I played around with. It had no words and just hearts. And then there was also the heart and the lines. This one that had no words and just the heart. So it was just playing with different versions, and that's something I really like to do. That's what I was saying, where I just kind of like making a lot of insert pages for myself. Like, I don't know, that for me, that's the fun of decorating my agenda. Then back here, this is a little pattern of mine that's again in the little kind of project life form. Then I just have some really thin notebook paper that's easy to tear out. I like having some pages that I can just tear out without having to, you know, open the rings. And this is from Staples. Staples has so many colors of paper, and I just opted for a pink, and you can get a huge ream of it for not much at all. So you kind of have to stick with one color. I sort of wished they had a combo color or a smaller ream of it, but that's fine. And then back here I just actually have the real printed inserts, not the ones I made, and I have, this is a Martha Stewart sleeve that has the closing, and this is one, it's out of the package, but it's one of my stamp sets because I wanted to use some of the bows maybe somewhere, so I wanted to keep this back here to remember to use it. And then I have my Coletto. I don't have anything in these pockets. And then one more page divider and a few notebook pages from Target. And these pockets in this binder are huge. You can really kind of get your hand down in them, so they're great for storing a lot of things, whether it's a notebook. A few other things that I keep that's normally in the front of my agenda, losing the words here, is this. It's from a dollar store, like I think it was a divider that I cut down just because it was plasticky, and I keep that grid paper on there. And a lot of times I just have orders, returns, orders I'm expecting, returns I need to make, and things I do need to order, and I'll just keep that in the front along with like a cleaning list of what days I like to clean things. And then this is something else that I really like. I keep this in the front generally. It's just that, again, that transparency, but it has information that I always forget. So it has my Wi-Fi code and password, Comcast, which is my internet, and with my account number, because it's hard to get the account number if your internet is down, I've always noticed, with their 1-800 number, my EIN, my business number, because I always forget that and I need that, and I keep that there too. And then I have like my accountant's cell phone number that's covered up. So just things like that. Somehow it seems more real if it's not written in my handwriting, because again, my handwriting is so messy, and if it's on that transparency paper, it makes me pay attention to it more. Or if it's laminated. The laminator I actually use my Xyron, and I love it. I've had it for a long time, and it's kind of, well, actually not that long, but it's kind of definitely getting a lot more use now that I'm doing Filofax things. And trying to think of anything else. I think that's about it. I had my washi tape out to show, but I don't think there's a reason to. I don't have a ton of washi tape. I just keep them on the rings. I don't even have any pages washi tape right now. I used to, and I think that's why I had it out. But I just keep a warm, a cool, and then a black and white / miscellaneous pattern washi tape rolls. That's kind of everything. I have a million art supplies of different kinds, like paints and paper, but I'm really trying to limit myself on Filofax supplies, even though they're definitely one of the most addicting supplies, and that's another reason why I want to offer inserts, because I'm hoping that that'll help you keep your costs down too. And if you really like buying tape, or you really like going to Target like I do and rifling through at the beginning of the month when they get things, maybe it gives you a little more excuse to, because you're not paying for something else like an insert. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. I hope you will subscribe if you'd like. And again, I'd love if you gave me a thumbs up, because it helps me know that this is a video you're interested in inserts, all that kind of stuff. So thanks again. Oh, last thing, this is just my Coletto 5-barrel. It's 0.7 millimeters. I find that, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but I feel like I'm pretty well versed in pen sizes and things, and there seems to be even narrow, like a 7 to me should be a lot thicker. I like the pens a lot. It just seems like they're still a little thinner than a normal 7 I'd be used to, but that might just be totally me, and that's just a random thought. But thanks so much. I think that's it. Feel free to ask me any questions, and I'll try and have the link in the description box to just really the last video. There's only 2 videos that have the circle and the heart inserts. Thanks guys. Bye.